G'day, Year 12. The next step for us today, having looked at compound interest, is to look at compound interest where instead of being compounding every year, it's compounded every 6 months or 3 months. There's even one example here where it's compounded every day. And the basic adjustment we make is pretty simple. We divide the interest rate into however many pieces there have to be. So let's say instead of being this question here that we're going to look at is to look at interest of 2.5% per annum. That compounds annually to start with, so it's going to be 2.5% each year. But let's say it goes to 6 monthly, it compounds every 6 monthly. Well, that means it's going to compound twice a year. So you divide the interest rate by 2 and you'll get 1.25%. That's the first adjustment. The second adjustment is that if it compounds every 6 months, over a 3-year period, it's going to compound 6 times. So the n in the formula is going to change. So the interest rate changes and the number of times it compounds changes. So let's have a look at doing this first question. Joshua invests $1,600. So the principal is going to be $1,600. The in-rent account paying 2.5% per annum for 3 years. So the interest rate equals 2.5%. And the number of times it's going to compound. For the first question that talks about yearly compounding, it's going to compound 3 times, once every year. So we put those numbers into our rule to work out what we are left with. So we say, okay, the amount at the end is going to equal 1,600. Now 2.5% is 0.025. 1,600, 1 plus 0.025 is 1.025 raised to the power of 3. And just so we remember, there's a multiplied in there. So let me go, we'll do the brackets first. 1.025 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 1,600. So it's going to get, the answer I get is $1,723. The amount equals $1,723. And 3 cents to be precise. $1,723.03 to be precise. So that's what we're asked to find, what the investment's going to be worth in 3 years' time. So that's what we do. Let's scroll down here. Oops, scrolling's not working so well. Let's choose a different time frame. Okay, let's look at this one that asks for us to work it out where it's compounding monthly. We'll leave this here so that we can kind of contrast the two. So, and I'll do it in a different color, just to be really tricky. So the amount we start with is still going to be $1,600. Now, the interest rate, okay, if we're going to do it monthly, is going to be 2.5%. Divided by 12. Okay, 2.5% divided by 12. Just doing that on my calculator equals 0.208%. It's getting a little bit tricky here. 0.208%. which equals, and this is really a little bit hard. This percent means per 100. So it's 0.208 divided by 100. So we put in 2 more zeros. 208 is the number that we've got there. Now we have to work out the number of times it compounds. Right, so if it compounds over 3 years every month, there's 12 months in a year, it's going to compound 3 multiplied by 12, which equals 36 times. So let's see if we can work this out. So the final amount is going to equal our $1,600 times 1 plus 0.00208. So it's 1.00208. And over the course of the 3 years, that's going to compound 36 times. So now I've got my calculator at home, 1.00208 raised to the power of 36 multiplied by 1,600 equals $1,724.27. Now that is slightly more than the amount when it compounds annually, and we'd expect it to be a little bit more, just a little bit more, because every month you're getting a bit of your interest in, and that little bit of interest is earning a little bit more interest in the next month. But because it's only over 3 years, it doesn't make a huge difference. So you'd use that same process for any of those things. If it was daily, you'd divide the interest rate by 365, and the number of times it compounds would be 3 multiplied by 365, because there's 365 days in a year. If you're looking at weekly, you can divide the interest rate by 52, and then the number of times it compounds is going to be 3 years multiplied by 52 weeks. I don't think you're going to be as likely to come across a weekly or daily compounding. If you do something like monthly, divide the interest rate by 12, multiply the number of times it compounds by 12, then you're in good shape.